What if you could screen 50 job candidates in the time it currently takes you to read 5 resumes? In 2026, AI has completely transformed the hiring process for small businesses, and most business owners have no idea. I spent 2 months testing every AI hiring tool available, and I found a system that lets me find better candidates faster, with less bias, and at a fraction of the cost of a traditional recruiter. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I screen candidates 10 times faster using AI, without reading a single resume myself. Whether you're hiring your first employee or your 50th, this system will change how you think about recruiting forever. Here's what traditional hiring looks like for most small businesses. You post a job and get anywhere from 50 to 300 applications. You spend hours reading resumes, most of which are immediately obvious rejections. You schedule phone screens with maybe 20 candidates. Spend 30 minutes on each call asking the same questions over and over. You bring in 8 to 10 people for interviews. You make an offer to one. The whole process takes 4 to 6 weeks and costs you 40 to 60 hours of your own time. Time you could have spent running your business. And after all that, there's still a 30% chance the person doesn't work out within the first year. The problem isn't that hiring is hard. The problem is that most of the process is completely repetitive and could be automated. Reading resumes, scoring candidates against job requirements, asking standard screening questions, none of that requires human judgment. AI can do it faster, more consistently, and without the unconscious bias that affects human reviewers. The first tool in my hiring system is Workable, and this one handles everything from job posting to candidate tracking. Here's what makes Workable different from a regular applicant tracking system. When you create a job posting, Workable's AI helps you write the job description, suggests the right requirements based on similar roles, and automatically posts your job to over 200 job boards simultaneously. Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, and more, with one click. But the real power is in the AI screening. When applications come in, Workable's AI reads every resume and scores each candidate against your specific job requirements. You set the criteria: years of experience, required skills, education level. And the AI ranks all applicants from best match to worst match automatically. Instead of reading 50 resumes, you review the top 10 that the AI has already pre-qualified. Workable costs $99 per job posted. A traditional recruiter charges 15 to 20% of the first-year salary. That's $3,000 to $6,000 for a single hire. The second tool is Spark Hire, and this one completely eliminated phone screens from my hiring process. Spark Hire is a one-way video interview platform. Here's how it works. After Workable identifies your top candidates, you send them a Spark Hire invitation. They record video answers to your preset screening questions on their own time. No scheduling required. You review the videos whenever it's convenient for you, at 2 times speed if you want. The AI analyzes each response for communication skills, confidence, and relevance to the question. You can review 20 video interviews in the time it used to take to do 2 phone screens. But here's what I love most about Spark Hire. It eliminates scheduling hell. No more back-and-forth emails trying to find a time that works. Candidates record their responses within 24 hours, and you review them in batch. Spark Hire starts at $149 a month and has completely replaced the 45-minute phone screens I used to do with every candidate. The third tool is HireVue for final round interviews, and this one uses AI to analyze in-person video interviews at a much deeper level than Spark Hire. When you bring candidates in for final interviews, HireVue records the session and analyzes verbal responses, word choice, and overall communication patterns. It generates a structured scorecard for each candidate that lets you compare finalists objectively. The feature I use most is the interview guide generator. Before each interview, HireVue generates a customized set of behavioral interview questions based on the specific role and the candidate's background. Every interviewer on my team asks the same structured questions, which makes comparing candidates much more objective. Without this, different interviewers ask different questions, and you end up comparing apples to oranges. HireVue also integrates directly with Workable, so your entire candidate journey is tracked in one place from application to offer. So, what does this system actually save in terms of time and money? Before AI hiring, my last hire took 5 weeks and about 50 hours of my time. I reviewed 83 resumes, did 22 phone screens, and brought in 9 people for interviews. With the AI system, my last hire took 2 weeks and about 8 hours of my time. Workable pre-screened 47 applications down to 9 worth reviewing. Spark Hire replaced all phone screens with video interviews I watched at 2 times speed. I brought in 4 people for final interviews and made an offer to 1. 8 hours versus 50 hours. 2 weeks versus 5 weeks. And the quality of hire was better because the AI screening was more consistent than my manual resume review. The total cost of the AI system per hire is about $300 in tool costs. My previous approach, including my time at my effective hourly rate, was costing me over $2,000 per hire. If you're planning to hire anyone in the next 6 months, set up this system before you post your first job. The time investment to configure Workable and Spark Hire is about 2 hours. After that, every hire you make will be faster, cheaper, and more objective than anything you've done before. I've linked all 3 tools in the description. Workable and Spark Hire both have free trials so you can test the system before committing. If this video helped you, subscribe because next week I'm covering the AI social media system that creates an entire month of content in just 1 hour, without writing a single word yourself. See you then. Let me walk you through exactly how to set up Workable and Spark Hire in 1 afternoon so you're ready for your next hire. Here's the step-by-step. First, go to Workable.com and start your free trial. Once inside, click Create a Job and enter the job title. Workable's AI will immediately suggest a full job description based on similar roles. Edit it to match your specific needs, which takes about 10 minutes. Then set your screening criteria. Tell Workable what skills are required, what's preferred, and what's a deal breaker. This is the most important step because it's what the AI uses to score candidates. Once your job is live, Workable automatically posts it to over 200 job boards simultaneously. You don't need to do anything else. Applications start coming in within hours. Second, set up Spark Hire while you wait for applications. Go to sparkhire.com and create your account. Create a new interview and add your screening questions. I recommend 5 questions. Tell me about yourself. Why are you interested in this role? Describe a challenge you overcame at work. What are your salary expectations? And when can you start? Set a 2-minute time limit per answer and a 24-hour deadline for candidates to complete it. Connect Spark Hire to Workable so you can send interview invitations directly from the candidate profile with 1 click. Third, once applications start coming in, review only the candidates Workable has scored above 70% match. Send those candidates a Spark Hire invitation immediately. Review the video responses in batch at the end of each day at 2 times speed. Anyone who impresses you in the video interview goes straight to a final interview. The whole system runs itself after the initial setup. You check in once a day for about 20 minutes, and the AI handles everything else.